Hello, hello, and welcome to Dwell According to Knowledge, the talk show. I am your host and your coach, Trey, and this is your relationship tip for today. All right. Hey, listen, today we're going to talk about the worst things you can say to your ex. The six, the tops. I'm gonna just put the top six. There are a ton of things that you can say to your ex, especially like when you happen to see each other, at a party, cookout, park, or anything you may meet. It could be in the line in the grocery store, any of that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go through like the top six things that you should never say to an ex, because once it's over for real. So you don't really want to go back into any kind of hurt kind of stuff or any of those kind of things, okay? And this goes for men and women. Please stay away from these things. The best thing to do is just ask, hey, how you doing? Everything's all right. Is everything all right? How's your life going on? And things like that, things like that going on, okay? So don't get into these that I'm getting ready to tell you. Now I'm gonna go through my cheat sheet real quick, and then hopefully you'll get this. All right. Now, relationship end in all kind of ways. You understand? From amicable to downright criminal. You get that? All right. But no matter the cause of your breakup, if you're going to communicate with your ex, it's wise to do so with dignity and mutual respect. Okay. Now, of course, with so many emotions and so much baggage in the mix, that can be hard to do with a former partner. However, some phrases are worse than others. Now, I've talked to plenty of people, okay? And I'm going to give you the number one thing to not say. And that is the worst thing that you could ever say to an ex is, drum roll, psh, I never really loved you. That is one of the top ones. Those are from people that have said this and people that had received it. Okay, that I never really loved you. Very hurtful one. Please stay away from any of those kind of things there, because you don't want to continue to rehash stuff or any of that kind of stuff. If you really didn't ever love them, then keep it to yourself. Okay. All right. Number two. Excuse me. And this is kind of like maybe the second worst thing, but I'm going to say it anyway. Our relationship was nothing but a waste of time. Oh, man. Although often spoken in anger, both statements are deeply painful for the recipient to hear. It really doesn't matter. Those two statements are two of the worst, and they are the most painful ones. I got another one, but I don't want to get too deep into that. Now, another one, and number three is, I'm in love with someone else now. Okay. Now, sure, it was bound to happen. We all know that, but do we need to say it? Nah. When a relationship ends, partners typically move on. Yeah, but it doesn't always happen on the same schedule. And gloating about your newfound love to an ex is unnecessary. You understand? And hurtful. Okay? Now, in many cases, one person still has some feelings even though you were not right for each other. And this is especially true if you haven't met anyone else. Even if you are in love and happy, that's wonderful, but you don't have to say this to your ex. You understand? Now, you can simply just say, I'm doing okay. Because this one is far less painful. You got it? All right, cool. Number four. I always knew it wouldn't work out with you. Wow. We just talking about that's a silly one, if you ask me. But this might be a statement of fact, or it might be an expression of frustration and anger. But no matter the motivation, it's not something you should say to your ex. If you tell him or her how you were never happy in a relationship in the beginning and knew in the end it was soon to come, it will make them feel shameful and inferior. You understand? You both definitely have sour history, but now it is past you. You understand? Okay. Boop. Number 5, we could have made this work. Yeah. But on the flip side, you don't want to hang on to the past after the relationship ends. You both want to move forward and find your happiness on your own. Suggesting that things could have been or should have been different hardly serves the goal of moving on healthily and with grace. It's not optimal to create additional and unnecessary feelings of longing and suffering when we don't have to. If you are not together, you are not together for most likely many other reasons. Okay? Now move forward with your life rather than try to create an emotional affair. You get me? Okay. Last but not least, I'm doing much better now. Yeah, a lot of y'all, a lot of women like to use that one. You know what I mean? Now, if you're doing well, that's great. But flaunting your post-breakup success only serves to pour salt on the wound. It might come off as a disingenuous anyway. You know, one of the worst things that you could say is comparing your old life together with how you're currently doing. Okay, saying something like this is just as hurtful for both parties, especially if you'd rather finish the conversation as soon as possible. But it's always best to stay friendly. You get it? It's always best to stay friendly and keep the comments to yourself. There's nothing worse than someone, trying to make you, there's nothing worse than you trying to make your ex feel worse than they already felt during the course of the breakup and the time that that each of you all have to get over it. Okay? All right, good. Now, I hope y'all got something from that. This is your coach, Trey, author of Dwell According to Knowledge, How to Find and Date Your Mate. It is on Amazon. I suggest you go get it. And I will put a link to the book below. Now, subscribe, like, share. Not necessarily in that order. And I will see you in the next video. God bless.